Um, Troy, Troy pretty much talked about, and Troy told us to get our pen and paper out. I wrote down already what he was talking about. Commitment and sacrifice. And it's funny that he talked about those two things, because what I got to talk about piggybacks on what Troy is talking about. With commitment and sacrifice, you know, there's also this little thing called perception. You know, our perception of things is key to our success in this business, whether we believe it or not. A lot of us at times we're naive to our perception of things. We ignore our perception of things, or we ignore the right perception of things. For example, leads. What is your perception of leads? I'm going to put it to y'all like this. In order to run leads effectively, your perception of what a lead is, it has to change. It has to be right. If you're not running 20 to 25 leads a week, there is something wrong with your perception of what a lead is. I'll give you an example. For those who know me, you know I hate sales, okay? I can only sell something I truly and genuinely believe in myself. I truly and genuinely believe in the Funeral Advantage plan. I don't sell any other insurance because I believe in the Funeral Advantage plan. So what's my proof in believing in the Funeral Advantage plan? Lincoln gets over $500 a month from me because I have my entire family covered in the Funeral Advantage plan, including myself on 20-pay plans. I'll take it a step further. I'll just go back in time a little bit, okay? When I used to work in corporate America in my young days, in my heydays, I used to work for a sneaker company. Well, many sneaker companies. I used to work for Sneaker Stadium, Athlete's Foot, Modell Sporting Goods. I worked for probably every sneaker store in the city of Philadelphia, and when grandpa used to bring his grandson in to buy a pair of Jordans, follow me on this, or Air Maxes, the easiest sell was to sell to the little grandchild that he had with him. I knew I needed to show the grandchild the sneaker wall, and I would take him right to the pair of Jordans. Grandpa was there only to pay for it. Now, here's my point. Now, convincing grandpa to buy a pair of Jordans was the last thing he wanted to do, because his perception of wearing sneakers was not there. So I wouldn't waste my time trying to convince grandpa to buy a pair of sneakers. The easy sale was to sell the son or the grandchild, because I knew what they liked, and I knew their perception of wearing sneakers was on point. So what is your perception of leads? Is it on point? Okay. So do you think buying 20 to 25 leads a week, is that an asinine idea for you? Think about that. Is it asinine? Like, is it dumb? Is it crazy? Is it stupid? I'm not wasting my money. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Your perception is everything. How you see your leads. Listen, if I tell you to buy 20 leads a week, like I said, and your perception of leads is different than my perception of what a lead is, I won't, don't buy 20 leads a week. Okay. I can spend the next 8 minutes talking to you guys about how I run leads, And then you can go out there and do it. But guess what? If your perception is off, if your perception, and I'm saying this humbly, it just has to come very close to what my perception of running leads means to me. Okay. If it comes close, there's no doubt in my mind you can't run or produce 20,000 a month in your sleep. And I am dead serious when I say that. I'm gonna throw some numbers out here. Okay, I'm gonna throw some numbers at you. Okay, but before I get to these numbers, okay, I'm gonna say two things. the first thing I'm going to say is don't feel like the numbers I'm going to throw at you are not obtainable by anybody on this call, okay, as an agent running leads. Okay, the second thing I'm going to say is, what if somebody said to you, okay, and I'm going to say this twice because I want you all to get it. What if somebody walked up to you and they asked you, how much money do you have in your savings account? What if they asked you that question? And you turn around and you say to them, I have $250,000 in my savings account right now. Now, hear me out on this next thing I'm going to say. What if the next thing that came out of their mouth is, if you give me that $250,000, I will show you how you can make close to $2 million if you just follow the script on what I'm going to tell you to do. This is no quick get rich scheme. This is true. I'm going to repeat that. If you got $250,000 in your savings account, if I can show you how to make $2 million, could you drip feed that money to me? Or could you just give it to me? Like in any way, shape, or form. What's your perception of that idea? Now, here's the point I'm making. I've been here since 2014, right? 2014. We're now, we have completed 6 years since I started. Now, these are real numbers I'm about to give you. I have purchased, these are A leads. I called Lincoln yesterday and I told them, I got to do a call on perception of leads. Can you tell me how many leads I've purchased since I started with the company? I purchased over 7,600 leads. Okay, let that sink in for a minute. In 6 years, I purchased 7,600 leads. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm not saying this to boast. I'm saying this because I did this because of my perception of what a lead is. I believe in the lead system. I purchased over 7,600. To be exact, 7,672 leads. Guess how much this cost me? What was that number I gave you? That was supposed to have been in your savings account. These are real numbers. Now,
250.
These are not numbers that me or my team or these are not collective numbers. These are my numbers as an agent. I have spent over $250,000 on leads in 6 years. Do the math. I'm going to take that a step further. My first year, I did what I was told. I worked the hardest I ever worked in my life the first year, okay? My first year, I purchased 1,427 leads. And guess what? Every year after that, I've averaged about 1,200. So my first full-time year in this business was I did what I was told. Hassan, get leads, and not only get leads, that's 20% of it. Check your perception of them, follow the system, and run them effectively. Okay, my first year, I averaged 27 leads a week, all year long. Okay, and this year, in 2020, during the pandemic, my conversion rate was 43% off of leads and referrals from those leads. Those are real numbers. And I've made close to $2 million. Those are real numbers. So The people that I probably need to be talking to are not on this call. The people who complain about leads, the leads don't work, leads suck, they're shitty, they're asinine. But someone on this call is going to have an aha moment, though. Someone on this call is going to check their perception of leads, and they're going to say to themselves, I'm doing something wrong. Okay. You all know about my biggest month in this business. So if you don't, 82,777 in 1 month. That month alone, 160 leads purchased, 50 leads a week, 69 applications, conversion rate 44%. The system works. It works. I'm a living organism of the system and running leads. Leads is nothing but a return. All it is an investment. Again, my time is almost up. I could have spent 15 minutes talking to you guys on how to run these, but I need you to check your perception first, and then we can talk about how you run leads, because I can spend 3 days with you telling you how to run them. But if you don't believe leads is an investment, 120%, it's not going to fly. It's not going to work. I'm going to leave you guys with this last thing. I'm not sure if you all know, but yesterday, my buddy Elon Musk, and by the way, please, if you're into investing, get you some Tesla stock, because I'm already up over 30 grand just on Tesla stock alone. It's not too late. The stock is just going to go up. Okay. Enough of that. Elon Musk, yesterday, he became the richest person in the world. Elon Musk. He just passed the guy from Amazon yesterday. He is the richest person in the world. And he tweeted something yesterday that made me check my perception on things. You can always learn from others. Let me read to you what he tweeted. The moment he got the notification that he's the richest person in the world, look it up. He tweeted, well, that's strange. That's strange. I guess it's time to go back to work. Now, if he can say that, okay, personally, I can't brag about what I'm bragging about now, okay? I'm just trying to put you all on the right direction. Change your perception of leads. If he can say that, my perception of what I've been able to do in this business changed, okay? If, it took me 6 years to pretty much make what Troy makes in 1 year. I'm doing something wrong. So I need to change my perception. So that there, when he tweeted that, I was checked for the rest of the day. Like I just couldn't focus on nothing. Change your perception of this business and change your perception of leads. Okay, that's all I have, guys.